All right, today we are going to be graphing inequalities and reviewing the basics here. So a couple things, when you have the symbol greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to, you're going to use a solid dot. When you just have greater than or less than, you'll use a hollow dot. Okay. So you're looking at the side. So in this case, we know that n is less than or equal to. Less than because the alligator mouth is going to the -5, right? If this was an alligator chomper, it's opening up. The alligator always wants to eat the bigger one. That means n is the lesser one. So we would say n is less than or equal to -5. So the first thing you want to do is identify -5 on your number line and ask, should it be a solid dot or a hollow dot? Well, this tells us that we should use a solid dot. So at -5, you place a solid dot. And the next step is decide, do we want to shade left or right from there? Well, this says that n is always less than, or another way to think about it is -5 is always greater than. But -5 is always less than. Less than means it's to the left on the number line. Left, this less than or greater symbol is always going to mean point to the left. If the variable itself is less than, then you go left. And sometimes the order changes, so you have to be careful. Okay, so let's do another one here. So we know that x is less than a +1. So first step, always just identify the point on the number line. We know that 1 is right here. And we have to ask ourselves, should we be using a hollow or a solid dot? In this case, right, we're going to use a hollow dot. So we'll put our hollow dot at 1 on our number line. And this once again states that x is less than. So we're going to shade or put a line for everything to the left there. Let's find another one where the variable's on the other side here. So now you see it's very similar to our previous problem, except this time the variable is on the right. So you always read, the way to think about it is read from the variable. You can say v is less than, right? Because the alligator chomper wants to eat the -5. So the -5 is bigger, meaning v is less than 5, -5, sorry. So once again, we'll go to our -5 because we have the less than or equal symbol. This line underneath it means we have to put a solid dot. And looking at the variable, this v is less than. It's not greater than because the alligator chopper is facing the -5. So that means we shade to the left because v is less than. Let's do one more. X is greater than 2. X is greater than 2. So first step, always identify 2 on the number line, then ask yourself, do I need a hollow or solid dot? We have this symbol here, which includes the line underneath, which tells us we need a solid dot. Now, which side is bigger, the 2 or the variable? The, the x is greater. This is saying x is greater or equal than 2. X is greater. Greater is to the right. All the numbers that are greater than 2 are what x is.